Hello, welcome back to a new episode of 12 Days of Skinmas. We are at episode number 3, and today I decided to do a little layering number. What you think? What you think? Cute or not? Now, speaking of layering, we are going to talk about how to properly layer your skincare. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what step you do first. I mean, doesn't matter if you moisturize, if you serum after, if you exfoliate after you moisturize, like what's real tea? So today I'm going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of how to properly layer your skincare to make sure that you are getting the best results in your skincare routine. First, before we can talk about whether or not skin layering is important, first we need to talk about what skin layering is. So this is also known as skin cycling. People like to kind of interchange skin layering, skin cycling. It really kind of is all the same. So with skin layering, it's going to literally be the specific steps that you take within your skincare routine. So from cleansing down to the very last step. Now, you don't need this large, extensive skincare routine, 7, 10, 15 steps that we see here on the internet. Sometimes, depending on your skin type, 3 steps are good enough. But I'm going to take you into what I would consider like a week's long or a full skincare routine, and you wouldn't do these all on the same day. So that's why I said more like a week's long, and that's where the skin cycling comes along, because skin cycling is what you will be doing throughout the week. Skin layering is how to then put those steps in order. Let's jump into the very first step. So the very first step of skin layering is going to be your cleanser. Now, if you are a very heavy product wearer, or if you wear a lot of makeup, if you sweat a lot, you go to the gym, you want to incorporate double cleansing and maybe even a dry cleanse for you. And actually, I'll be doing a separate video on dry cleansing, how to dry cleanse, what that even is, and should you add it into your skincare routine. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into double cleansing. One type of oil that I really love that I think is great for all skin types is squalane oil. So if you want to cleanse with a oil-based cleanser, if you have oily skin, look for something that has squalane in it, because it's going to be really skin loving. It's not going to clog your pores. It's going to make sure that it gets all of the dirt, the makeup really gets deep into the pores without clogging your pores. Now you can also opt for a micellar water. I know a lot of people don't like using makeup wipes, but if that's all you have to take off your makeup, I would rather you use makeup wipes instead of going to bed with makeup still on your face. So after you go in with your first cleanse, then you're going to jump into your second cleanse, and this is where the double cleansing begins. So your second cleanse is going to be your normal cleanser that you would use when you are just washing your face if you aren't wearing any makeup or heavy sunscreen, or if you haven't gone to the gym. Then this would be your step into where you would go into your normal skin cleanser. So whether that's a foam cleanser, a gel cleanser, a cream, or a lotion. And if you haven't checked out my video where I break down what type of cleansers to use specifically for your skin type, then make sure you check that video out, the 3 most important products for your skincare routine. We're done cleansing our skin, and to add in, it is very important the amount of time that you cleanse your skin for. So if you are grabbing your cleanser and just putting it all on your face, hurrying up, slapping some water in your face, and you're done, then you're not allowing your cleanser to sit long enough to really penetrate and get the nutrients from the cleanser. So you want to make sure that you are washing your face for at least 60 seconds. Shout out to Miss LA Beautyologist for bringing that to the forefront. So you want to make sure that you are washing and cleansing your skin for at least 60 seconds. But before I tell you to do anything else, the best advice that I could give anyone is, once you get your product, what you want to do is flip it over to the back and read the instructions. Read the directions. If it says do not add water, don't add water. Don't put it in your hand and then put water in your hand and get it emulsified if it does not say that. Now, if it does say that you can add water or to apply to damp skin, then go ahead and proceed. Make sure that your skin is damp. Make sure there's water in your hands. Go ahead and get it sudsy, emulsified, and then go ahead and apply to the skin and massage in the skin gently for at least 60 seconds. And that is how to properly wash your face. So moving on to the next step, we are going to get into toner. So generally, just before we move ahead, generally you want to apply from the thinnest to the thickest. So even if you have a cream cleanser, because we are removing that cleanser, it would still be our very first step and is considered one of the thinnest. So you would go in with your cleanser and then jump into your toner to then remove any of the excess oil or dirt that was not removed from doing your double cleanse. So then once you go in with your toner, you then want to make sure that, now again, this is going to be during your skin cycling, I would say within like 8 weeks long. So you wouldn't be exfoliating, which is the next step. You wouldn't be exfoliating every single day, but if you're in that skin cycling routine where you're doing the exfoliation after you tone is where you would do your exfoliation. So you would tone and then exfoliate. So you want to exfoliate with a proper exfoliation fit for your skin type, whether that be a chemical exfoliant or whether that be a physical exfoliant. If you are going to physically exfoliate your skin, I definitely suggest using something that isn't too abrasive. You want to use something that does not have harsh ingredients like walnut shells. We want to completely stay away from any type of scrubs that have that. Good to use would be like the Dermalogica Micro Daily Exfoliant. That would be considered both a physical and a chemical. Then you can go in with any type of correctors. So your correctors would be if you are using vitamin C, if you're using a retinol serum, if you're using something for hyperpigmentation, if you're using something to help calm the skin, if you're using any type of anti-aging products, it would go in this category. So again, you would cleanse, you do your double cleanse, you would then tone, you would exfoliate, you would tone again, and then go in with your correctors. Products for calming like hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, this is the area that these products would go in. So once you went ahead and you cleansed, you've toned, you exfoliated, you've toned again, you've added in your correctors, then you can go ahead and place a eye cream on top. So once you've done your nightly serum or your morning serum, then you can go in with a eye cream, a really nice eye cream that's going to help hydrate that under eye area, because our under eye area gets drier than the rest of our skin. Even if you have oily skin, the under eye area is going to be a lot more delicate and a lot drier. So you want to then at that point go in with an eye cream that's going to hydrate, moisturize, even something that's going to help take away the dark circles. So you can have eye creams with vitamin C, eye cream with retinol. So all of those would be great, and it would fit in that space right after you add your correctors. And then once you add your eye cream, at that point you can go ahead and add your moisturizer. So you add your moisturizer to lock everything in, to really hone in the moisture, to protect all of the goodness that you did earlier in your steps, to make sure that the free radicals from the environment around you don't deplete the skincare that you added on prior to. So you're going to double cleanse, and then you're going to tone, and then you're going to exfoliate, and then you're going to tone again, and then you're going to use your correctors, you're going to add your eye cream, and then your moisturizer, and lastly, your sunscreen. So no matter if you're staying in a house, if you're going outside, you want to make sure that you are using a sunscreen. Now, a lot of people like to use moisturizers with sunscreen in them, and it's kind of controversial, like if the sunscreen with the moisturizer or the moisturizer with the sunscreen is actually working as good as just a standalone sunscreen. It's controversial. So if you feel more comfortable with a moisturizer that already has sunscreen. Maybe you forget, and you probably would forget to put on the sunscreen, then I would suggest to go that route. But are pretty diligent, then I would suggest going the route of having a moisturizer strictly to hydrate and moisturize your skin, and then a separate sunscreen to add in that sun protection. And when you're applying your sunscreen for your face, the general rule is a 2-finger amount. Whatever you do to the face, generally you always want to do to the neck. And it actually doesn't hurt to bring it down to your hands either, because I mean, where all of these things are going to age. So whether that's your sunscreen, your toner, your exfoliator, you always want to bring it down. I like to bring all of my products down to about the décolletage area, the chest area, and this makes sure that you're looking the same age from here to there. So now that you have cleansed and toned and exfoliated and toned again and added your correctors and your eye cream and your moisturizer and your sunscreen, you are good to go. You are good to go. And this is generally what you would do throughout the week. So you would exfoliate depending on your skin type and also skin conditions that you have. I would say exfoliate at least once a week, but most of us can get away with 2, sometimes even 3 times a week, especially if you are someone of color. Is it, guys? That's all I have for you today. So make sure you hit that notification bell, hit subscribe, and of course I want to hear from you. Let me know how you're feeling, what you're doing, what you like, what concerns do you have, and if you have any specific questions, leave those down in the comments and I may add one of your questions for the next video. Thank you for joining me for another day of 12 days of Skinmas.